Have you ever felt like you're carrying something that isn't yours? As if there was an invisible force pulling you into the depths, while everyone around you lives on the surface? What if I told you that this is not a coincidence, but a karmic sign? Scorpio is not just a sign, it's a seal, a spiritual code recorded even before birth, a call that not everyone has the courage to answer. Among all the signs of the Zodiac, Scorpio carries the densest, most mysterious, and perhaps most forbidden mission. We are talking about an ancestral energy linked to death, rebirth, healing, and destruction. An energy that scares, but also awakens. Scorpios were not born to have an ordinary life. They were chosen to pierce the shadows, touch wounds, reveal hidden truths, and transform pain into light. And this secret, this true hidden reason for Scorpio's existence, was confirmed by none other than Edgar Cayce, the greatest spiritual prophet of the last century. Cayce believed that Scorpio came to deal with humanity's collective karma. That's right, a spiritual mission that transcends the personal and touches the destiny of the earth. You will understand today what no one had the courage to say, the reason for your pain, your silence, your almost unbearable emotional intensity, because you see what others don't see, because you feel it before you know it, because your soul has been scarred. But first, I want you to comment now. I carry this energy. If all this starts to make sense to you, take a deep breath, because what comes next could change the way you see your own destiny. If you've come this far, it's because something inside you recognized this truth. It wasn't by chance. When we talk about Scorpio, we talk about depths that few have the courage to face. And if this content is awakening something in you, memories, sensations, goosebumps, then it's because this message was yours from the beginning. Now, pay attention. Your comment below is not just a click. It is an energy seal. It's your way of saying, I accept my mission. Write in the comments, I accept my essence. Or, I carry this energy. And let's see how many awakened souls are gathered at this very moment. When you interact, something powerful happens. The spiritual algorithm, and YouTube's as well, understands that this message needs to be brought to more people. You help spread this calling. Every like, every subscription, every comment becomes part of this invisible chain that connects the chosen ones. So don't hesitate. If this video really touched you, leave a like now, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell because what we're going to reveal in the next few minutes goes even deeper. Cayce didn't talk about Scorpio for nothing. There is a spiritual purpose behind it all, and you are about to understand what few are ready to hear. And remember, souls who carry the Scorpio seal are never alone. They just forget who they are, until something wakes them up. And that moment could be now. Ever since you were a child, you already felt like you had something different. It wasn't just shyness, nor just sensitivity. It was as if there was an invisible presence accompanying you, a kind of silent voice that made you realize what others ignored. While many laughed for no reason, you watched. While others went about their lives lightly, you were already carrying weights that no one saw. You remember that, don't you? That feeling that there was a hidden truth behind every gesture, every look, every silence. A deep, almost supernatural intuition that warned you when something was wrong. You didn't know how to explain it, but you knew. And maybe you grew up thinking this was a defect, that feeling too much was weakness, that this emotional turmoil was your problem. But what if I told you it was the opposite? That this depth was never a mistake, but rather a spiritual calling. That being born under the sign of Scorpio is not a chance, but rather a deliberate act of cosmic consciousness? That your soul accepted a mission before incarnating, a mission that other signs would never have the strength to fulfill? Have you ever noticed that Scorpio is the only zodiac sign that crosses 3 different symbols? The scorpion crawls in the dark, the snake sheds its skin, and the phoenix rises from the ashes. This is not a metaphor. It is a spiritual map. Scorpios don't live just one life. They live many in one existence. Each phase marked by losses, ruptures, pain, revelations. Have you ever felt this on your skin? The feeling of dying inside and being reborn days later with another vision, another skin, another spirit? Few understand what it is like to carry this energy. Many are even afraid, because Scorpio activates what is most hidden, deepest, most denied in the human soul. You didn't come to please. You came to show what needs to be seen, even if it hurts, even if it destroys what is no longer serves. And that's why so many times you were called intense, complicated, mysterious. But that's not weight. It is undomesticated spiritual power. Scorpio energy is associated with the 8th astrological house, the house of death, sex, transformation, the occult, ancestral karma. In other words, you were born with an internal spiritual radar, a mystical compass pointing to the invisible, and even without understanding it rationally, you always knew. This is why you are attracted to deep themes, mysteries, past lives, secrets of the soul. This is why you feel uncomfortable in superficial conversations. The little one irritates you, the shallow bores you, because your essence vibrates on a higher plane, darker perhaps, but infinitely truer. And you know that pain that visited you in silence for years? That feeling that the world doesn't understand you? That you've been thrown into a place where no one speaks your emotional language? She has a purpose. Scorpio carries a type of sacred pain, an initiatory wound. It is through this that you access your hidden gifts, premonitory dreams, precise intuitions, the ability to read what no one says. All of this comes from the same place, from your pain that became a portal, of your suffering that became a spiritual channel. And this is where something even deeper comes in, the karmic mission. According to Edgar Cayce, the prophet who accessed past lives in a trance state, Scorpio is one of the signs most linked to the work of cleaning the spiritual plane. They are souls who accepted before being born to incarnate in difficult timelines, with difficult families, contexts of pain, early losses, rejections, to rescue and transmute patterns. Not just yours, but those of entire generations. Do you feel this? The impression that you are healing pains that are not just yours? This happens because your soul is old. He's already lived. He's already lost. He's already loved intensely. He's already broken into 1,000 pieces. And yet he's still here, taking a deep breath, rebuilding yourself. And that's why your intuition is so strong, that you notice betrayals before they happen, that you feel the weight of an environment just by entering. You read souls, listen between the lines, see signs where others only see coincidences. This is not weakness nor madness. It's kandom, emotional mediumship. It's your karmic mission manifesting in real time. A Scorpio's life is rarely easy, but that's part of the process. You are trained in the densest pains to become a guide in the darkest moments. You are the one who has already been through the fire and now carries the exit map. Maybe you haven't realized it yet, but a lot of people feel safe around you, even without understanding why. It is your presence that heals, your voice that transforms. It's silence that reveals, because in you dwells the power of regeneration, and only those who have died inside know the value of a new life. So, if while listening to this something inside you moved, if you remembered moments when you almost gave up, but some invisible force held you back, if you have ever felt that your soul is marked by something greater, by a destiny that goes beyond matter, then record that now. In the comments, write, "I was reborn from my ashes," or "My pain woke me up." And if you want to go further, share. What was the moment in your life when everything seemed lost, but you came back? Your comments are part of this ritual. They're not just words, they're energetic statements that connect all of us, Scorpios or not, who are living this silent but powerful calling. And don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell, because what comes next will reveal Scorpio's connection with the most hidden forces in the universe, and why it can no longer be ignored. Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, did not make ordinary predictions. He accessed deep planes of consciousness, traversed invisible layers of time, and delved into spiritual realities that most people don't even believe exist. And among all the messages he channeled in a trance state, one of the most powerful involved Scorpio. For Cayce, Scorpios are not just individuals with strong personality traits. They are in fact ancient souls assigned to a sacred work, planetary transmutation. Yes, you heard right. Scorpio is directly connected to the energies of death and rebirth, not only personal, but collective. According to Cayce, these souls were prepared over several incarnations to face the denser side of the human experience, not because they are punished, but because they have a rare ability to withstand what others would break just by touching. Scorpios carry traumas, wounds, rejections, ruptures, losses, and silences as if they were hidden maps inside their chest. And yet, they move on, because they know, even if unconsciously, that this is the path that cleans, transforms, rebuilds. These souls, they have a different magnetism. There is something in a Scorpio's eyes that bothers those who are afraid of their own truth. It is a look that passes through, that reads the unspoken, that sees what is hidden. Cayce spoke of this inner gaze as a kind of spiritual channel. It's not about what you see outside, but about the clarity you have inside. And that's precisely why you so often seem to know things without being able to explain them. How many times have you sensed a betrayal before it happened? How many times have you dreamed of something that later came true? How many times have you felt in your body that something was wrong, even when everyone said everything was fine? This is psychic mediumship. It is energetic reading. It's the Scorpio signature active in you. And Cayce said that this type of sensitivity is not a free gift. It is spiritual achievement. It means that your soul has traveled many lives, gone through many tests, faced many falls. Every pain you have ever experienced is like a key. Each tear carried a vibrational password. And now you have access to what almost no one realizes. Have you ever noticed how life insists on testing you in depth? These are not ordinary obstacles. These are not temporary problems. These are existential cuts. These are ruptures that force you to change completely. Cayce explained this as a type of silent spiritual initiation. Scorpios live a life of initiatory trials, but without guides, without formal rituals, without masters. It's all experienced in the emotional field, often in solitude. And this is exactly the path that awakens your true power, because Scorpios are not guided by gurus. It is forged in fire. He becomes the guide. And why does all this matter now? Because the world is changing. We are going through planetary karmic cycles, and Cayce predicted that Scorpio souls would be awakened at this very moment in history to lead this transition. So perhaps your life has intensified in recent years. That's why so many cuts, so many new beginnings, so many sleepless nights, so many nameless emotions. You are being reactivated. Your soul recognizes that the time has come, and this awakening is not just internal, it's collective. Scorpio, in Cayce's view, is the alchemist of the Zodiac, the one who turns poison into medicine, he who dives into what rots to rescue what can still flourish. Have you ever noticed how you attract people in crisis? How do friends or family reach out to you when they are at rock bottom? And how can you often help them with just a few words or just your presence? This is no coincidence. It's because you vibrate at the frequency of rebirth, and only those who have already died inside can teach others how to return to life. Scorpio is the bridge between pain and awakening, between chaos and healing. Cayce said that these souls carry codes of spiritual regeneration, and that many of them are reborn with latent spiritual gifts, mediumship, sensitivity to energy, ease in accessing the subconscious, talent for therapies, ability to absorb and transmute other people's emotions. This can manifest as extreme empathy or even unexplained exhaustion after social interactions. Have you ever felt this? Being well, finding someone, and then feeling a weight that wasn't yours? This is because your aura works like a sponge, and you absorb it to purify. But be careful. This only balances when you recognize this gift and take care of your energy like a temple. None of this is an exaggeration. And if you're getting goosebumps right now, it's because your soul already knew. You're not hearing this by chance. That video didn't appear in your life, luckily. This content is a mirror, and if it is reflecting something within you, then you have been called. Cayce said that the true spiritual masters of the new age would not come dressed as gurus in temples, but as ordinary people, marked by extraordinary experiences. And if you recognize your history on this path, then the time has come to accept that you were never ordinary, and that your pain was never just suffering. It was the language the universe used to remind you who you are. If you felt this call, leave it in the comments now. Write, "I am the Phoenix," or "I transmute pain into light." And if you want to share, tell us, what was the most transformative pain you have ever experienced? The one that broke you into pieces but then rebuilt you stronger, more aware, more true? Your story could be the mirror someone needs right now. Comment, leave a like, activate the bell, and stay with me. because what comes next will reveal the most powerful spiritual signs that accompany Scorpios since birth, and you will discover that you were never alone. Have you ever wondered why, even though you try to live a normal life, something always pulls you to deeper, denser, more intense places? Even when everything seems to be flowing, there is that silent restlessness inside you, as if something is missing, as if the superficial wasn't enough. This is not just a personality trait. It's the mark of an old soul, a soul that didn't come here for a walk. Scorpio does not live by chance. It does not choose lightness by choice. He delivers. He executes. He dives, even unintentionally, into layers of existence that other signs don't even know exist. This is not a mission that begins in this life. Scorpio energy carries what many call karmic baggage, but in your case, it's not just your karma. These are family, ancestral, collective karmas. It's as if your soul had been designated, infiltrated, strategically placed in certain family groups, certain relationships, certain emotional realities, to break cycles that have been going on for generations. And this is not a metaphor. It's real. Just observe the patterns in your own history. Have you ever noticed how it's always you who feels the weight of unspoken truths? How do you attract family secrets, hidden betrayals, pain that no one wants to face? Scorpios are like mirrors of the soul. Your presence, even without intention, activates in others what is hidden. Therefore, you may have already felt that some people move away from you for no apparent reason. They can't bear to see themselves through your eyes. You represent something that their unconscious tries to avoid, the raw truth, and that is precisely why you are needed. Because in a world addicted to masks, your mission is to tear off veils, and doing so hurts, in you and in others. But there is a hidden purpose behind this pain. Scorpio is the sign of healing through chaos. You embody the energy of necessary collapse. How many times has your life fallen apart? How many times have you had to rebuild everything from scratch when you thought it was finally stable? This doesn't happen because the universe punishes you. It happens because you carry a spiritual programming that demands constant renewal. Your soul is like a snake. It needs to shed its old skin to grow. But with each exchange, something dies inside you, and something new, stronger, more conscious, is born. Your mission is not small. It requires psychic, emotional, and spiritual strength. It requires courage to look within, to not run away from one's own darkness, and even more, to walk through it with your eyes open. Therefore, you attract intense relationships, because you came to learn and teach through deep human contact. You can't stand shallow relationships, and when you try to fit into something superficial, you get sick, because your soul was programmed to transform. And transformation, in your case, almost always goes through erosion. Love for you is never light. It is transformative, or it is nothing. And once again, this is no coincidence. It's the Scorpio call in action. Cayce said that these souls are engineers of the invisible. They operate silently behind the scenes of energy. Where no one looks, you see. Where no one feels, you feel. That's why you sense deaths, changes, betrayals, breakdowns. That's why you see the end before the beginning. Your sensitivity is your compass. Your pain is your map. And your traumas are portals. You may have felt ashamed of this intensity. Maybe you've already wondered why you can't just be light. But what if that intensity is exactly what the world needs? What if your mission is to transmute the weights that no one has the structure to carry? How many times have you heard heavy stories? Without asking? How many times has someone confided in you their darkest secrets? This is not random. It's because your vibrational field says, here, it's safe to be true, even if it costs you a lot. There is a soul infiltrated within you, a spark that carries memories of other lives, wars, losses, exiles, pacts, rebirths. It's all there, in your unconscious, guiding you to places and people that will activate these memories. Scorpio is not a sign of tranquility. It is a sign of initiation. And every initiate needs to go through the dark night of the soul. Maybe you are living this right now, or maybe it just left. But one thing is certain, you didn't come back the same, and it will never come back. This cycle of destruction and rebirth is the pulse of your journey. And the more you accept it, the more you awaken your hidden gifts. Your mediumship increases. Your perception sharpens. Your presence becomes more magnetic. You begin to realize that there is a spiritual intelligence, coordinating everything, even tragedies. You no longer need to understand everything with your mind. Just remember with your soul. If this content is reverberating within you, if some part of you is feeling exposed and validated at the same time, then this message has found its destination. Write in the comments, "My soul is ancient," or "I accept my karmic mission." And if you want to open up more, share which painful cycle you had to break to finally recognize yourself. This space here is not just a video. It's an altar collective where Scorpios and awakened souls meet to remember that all of this, everything, has a greater reason, and that the next step of the journey is about to reveal itself. What if the signs you notice so much, but almost no one understands, are actually spiritual reminders? Vibrational keys sent by the universe to confirm that you are indeed on the path you chose before you were born? It may seem exaggerated to those who live on the surface, but you know it. Doesn't live there. You feel the layers that exist behind the obvious. You feel it before you know it, and feels intensely. Sometimes it even seems like your body responds to what your mind hasn't even understood yet. Goosebumps out of nowhere, chills that don't come from the cold, accelerated heartbeats with no apparent explanation. You try to rationalize, but something in you whispers, that's a sign. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, planet of transformation and the invisible, and Pluto doesn't send notes. He sends sensations. Sensations that stick, that bother, that insist. Like those dreams you have and wake up sweating, panting, but with the clear certainty that it wasn't just a dream. Were they lucid dreams? Were they warnings? Were they encounters with other dimensions of your own soul? Maybe all of this together. Have you ever dreamed about someone you hadn't seen in years, and they came looking for you the next day? Have you ever had sensations so real in a dream that you woke up with the emotion alive in your body? These manifestations are not accidents, they are signs. And it's not just in sleep that the signs appear. They are in their daily lives, on the clock that insists on showing 3:33 in the morning. The license plate number is repeated several times, in the coincidences that accumulate until they are too absurd to be called a coincidence, in seemingly casual encounters with people who touch your soul deeply, in the book that falls off the shelf on the exact page, in the song that starts playing exactly when you need to hear that phrase. This is all spiritual communication. The universe does not speak in words, he speaks in signs. And you, Scorpio or Scorpio soul, have been trained to understand this subtle language. There are stages in life when these signs intensify, usually when something important is about to happen. And the curious thing is that in these moments, you feel a type of internal restlessness, as if you knew you were about to cross a portal even without knowing exactly what awaits you on the other side. You feel a calling, even if you can't explain where it comes from, and that's where the signs multiply. It's as if the universe is telling you, keep going. You're about to remember something that was forgotten, and suddenly life starts to make sense in a strange way. Not comfortable, but deep. Maybe you didn't tell anyone for fear of looking crazy. Maybe you ignored the signs at first, trying to adapt to the normal pace of things. But the more you try to escape, the more the universe insists, because it is not possible to deny what your soul has already recognized. Have you ever experienced the feeling of walking into a place and feeling a heavy energy without anyone saying anything? Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and felt like you were looking into a past life? Have you ever had goosebumps hearing a specific phrase as if it had been said just to you? These are all activation codes, keys that unlock parts of you that were dormant. These signs don't choose you for nothing, they come for the awakened, and you, like it or not, have already woken up. This doesn't mean you have all the answers. In fact, Scorpios almost never do. What you have are questions that dig deeper, desire to understand what is behind matter, willingness to go beyond appearances. This hunger for truth, for meaning, for transformation, is what opens your spiritual vision. And that's why you are so affected by everything around you. You read symbols where others see only chaos. And there's no point pretending you don't feel it anymore. The universe has already marked you. Your soul has already given you codes. The signs are everywhere. And the more you welcome them, the more your energy aligns with the mission you came for. You can deny, postpone, get distracted, but the truth always comes back. Sometimes in a dream, sometimes in a shiver, sometimes in a sentence like this, which you are hearing now. So if Throughout this video, you remembered moments when the signs presented themselves. If you have ever experienced situations where everything pointed to something bigger, something that no one else seemed to notice, I want you to confirm this now, in the comments. Write, "I received the signs," or "The universe speaks to me." If you want to tell us more, tell us what was the strongest, most mysterious, or most transformative signal you've ever received. Sometimes, sharing your story is the trigger for someone next to you to remember theirs. And so together, we create this chain of awakened souls who recognize the language of the invisible and the silent mission they carry in their hearts. There is something that most people don't understand about Scorpio, and perhaps you haven't even realized it yet. This spiritual energy you carry is not optional. It is not a talent that can be hidden, nor a sensitivity that can be turned off. It's a frequency, a living force that pulses inside you all the time, even when you try to remain silent, and when you try to ignore that vibration, when you try to fit into lives that have no depth, when you force smiles into places that have already died inside, something starts to corrupt inside you. And this corruption does not come from outside. It comes from the detour, from distancing yourself from your essence. Have you ever wondered why, when you try to live like everyone else, something inside you starts to get sick? Perhaps the body will become more tired. Maybe the mind starts to sabotage you. Or even more subtle, perhaps the soul begins to leave you dull, without drive, without direction. This is the spiritual call going out, not completely, but going into a state of alert. And if you insist on this path, it will cost you. Scorpio energy does not accept being silenced. It's like an underground river. If you try to dam it, it finds another way. And sometimes, that other path is collapse. Many people don't know, but Scorpio is one of the signs with the greatest potential for self-sabotage when disconnected from its spiritual mission, because the intensity that strengthens it is the same that destroys it if it is misdirected. And when that intensity is stifled, it starts to turn against you. Scorpios who surrender to their ego, who hide behind masks, who choose the path of control or manipulation for fear of giving in to their own vulnerability, enter a dangerous vibrational field, because it begins to attract experiences of fall, of loss, of dissolution. The universe takes away everything that is false, not for punishment, but for protection. And the most profound thing is to realize that life always gives signs before collapse. Small warnings, relationships that become oppressive, situations that repeat themselves, emotions that explode for no reason. The soul begins to scream, and when you don't listen, the body starts talking. Scorpios are extremely somatizing. They store so much, absorb so much, that the body becomes the only possible channel for release. Illnesses that appear out of nowhere, pain that doesn't go away, emotional crises that seem unexplainable. But there is an explanation. You deviated from your center. He abandoned his mission, and she, out of love, comes to get you through the pain. And here is where many get lost. Because instead of understanding that this crisis is an invitation to reconnection, they try to anesthetize it. Scorpio is at risk of dark escapism, emotional addictions, compulsions, isolation, involvement in toxic relationships or self-destructive ideas. It's as if the soul were shouting, "Listen to me," and the mind in fear said, "I can't take it." And in this impasse, life stagnates, or worse, implode. This is why it is so important to cultivate awareness. The Scorpio mission requires spiritual courage. It demands dedication. It is not a journey for those who run away from the truth. It's for those who face the eye mirror, even when it shows what no one else sees. And if you've been through this, if you felt that at some point in your life everything started to go wrong for no clear reason, if you realized that you were surrounded by situations that drained your energy, people that diminished you, places that made you sick, perhaps this was the clearest sign that you were living far from your essence. And the good news is that a return is always possible. Just one step back inside. Just remember who you are, because Scorpio energy, when it is aligned, is unbreakable. It is too powerful to be destroyed. But you need to be awake, and you need to be aware. When you choose not to be who you came to be, you also prevent others from benefiting from the healing that your presence can bring. Yes, because you don't carry this intensity just for yourself. She is an instrument, Scorpios have the gift of transforming entire environments, of touching hearts just with their gaze, of breaking silent pacts of pain just with the truth of their words. But when you close yourself off, when you run away from your mission, you also close doors for others. And this, on a spiritual level, has weight, because the Scorpio mission is never just personal, it is collective, she is cosmic. And if at this moment you feel that you are far from your mission, that you are living a diluted version of yourself, that you are hiding your true power for fear of rejection, judgment, or pain, know that there is still time. Scorpio always has the chance to be reborn, but rebirth only comes after symbolic death, and sometimes you have to let die that which was never you, the roles you accepted to please, the masks he wore to be accepted, the choices you made to feel loved, even when you betrayed yourself. If you feel that this text spoke to you, that somehow this message awakened something that was dormant CID, comment now below. Write, I choose to return to my essence, or I no longer run away from my mission. And if you want to share, tell us what part of your life you feel you have strayed from, and what you feel you need to do now to reconnect with your path. Sometimes putting it into words is the first step to recovery. Sometimes it's in letting off steam that rebirth begins. Scorpio has never been a sign of the spotlight, of easy applause, of noisy audiences. Scorpio is the initiate of silence, the one who walks inside the cave, without a map, trusting only in his own intuition, in his own instinct, in his own connection with what he cannot see but can feel. It is there in the darkness where no one wants to enter, that he turns on his light. And that's precisely why its presence is so impactful, not because of the noise it makes, but because of the energy it carries, the energy of transformation, of symbolic death, of inevitable rebirth. While many run from pain, Scorpios learn to breathe into it. While others extinguish themselves to survive, he burns from the inside, and from the fire within is reborn. He knows there is beauty in the destruction of what is false. He knows there is purity in the breakdowns that clear the way for something truer. He is not fragile because he cried. He is strong because he survived what would make him completely fall apart. And even though he was broken, he knew how to rebuild himself with new eyes, with a new soul, with a new vision of the world. It is no exaggeration to say that Scorpio carries within itself a high, spiritual mission. Its magnetism is not for nothing. He doesn't attract you because he's handsome or charismatic in the obvious sense. It attracts because it has density, because there is a kind of raw truth in it that catches the attention of those who are lost. People feel they can trust, who can open their shadows without judgment, because Scorpios are not afraid of other people's pain. They've already gone there. They know the territory. They know what it's like to fall into the abyss. They know what it's like to lose everything, and yet keep a spark burning deep inside like a lantern in the soul. This flashlight is not made of cheap optimism. It is made of emotional wisdom. Scorpio learned, often the hard way, that life is made of cycles, that losing something is never the end, that certain losses are actually liberations in disguise. And this awareness transforms. Wherever it goes, its energy leaves a trace. You don't need to say anything. Scorpio enters a place and the field already changes. People feel restless or feel truly seen for the first time, because there is a living mirror there, walking among them. A mirror that does not reflect the appearance, but the soul. And all of this has a price. Sometimes Scorpios feel tired, as if he was always in battle even in moments of peace, as if you were carrying something that is not just yours. And often, in fact, it is. He is a keeper of secrets, bearer of unspoken pains, guardian of memories that are not just his, but of his system, his lineage, the collective field. This is the spiritual inheritance you receive when you incarnate, but it's not a curse, it's a calling. And when he responds with awareness, something extraordinary happens. His shadow begins to heal others. The Scorpio's shadow is not a burden, it's a portal. It reveals what needs to be seen, and whoever has the courage to look at it will find healing. That's why it doesn't need to be light all the time. It doesn't need to be light, friendly, popular. His role is not to entertain, it's to wake up. It's touching, it's transforming what's dead inside. And this transformation doesn't come with sweet promises, come with truth, come with presence. It comes with intensity. And if you're a Scorpio, or carry this strong energy in your chart, Perhaps you've already felt like you don't fit in, which is too deep for shallow environments. Who loves with an intensity that scares? Who suffers in a way that few understand? That you need to isolate yourself from time to find yourself again. And he comes back from these dives always different, always more whole, always stronger. This is not weakness. This is ritual. It's alchemy. It is living spirituality happening inside you. Your story is not common because neither is your mission. You were made to go through symbolic death several times, to lose what needs to be left behind, to renounce what impedes your evolution, to die in who you are no longer, and be reborn as who you truly came to be. This is the true power of Scorpio, not to be bound by any form. Do not identify yourself with any mask. Be the flow, to be constant rebirth. And that's why you bother, because your very existence is a reminder that everything changes, that nothing is eternal, that we need to die to some parts of ourselves if we want to truly live. Scorpio teaches this with its simple presence. He doesn't force anyone to do anything. He just lives his truth so deeply that it awakens others. And that in itself is already a spiritual act of Siyura, an invisible service to humanity, a type of emotional priesthood that few recognize, but that many feel. If you feel that all of this describes your essence, if something vibrated strongly within you throughout this journey, write here in the comments. I am the cave that illuminates, or Ndiri, my shadow also heals. And if you want to open up more, share. What was the moment in your life when you had to die for something you loved, and then be reborn more truly? Your story can become a torch for those who are still lost in the darkness. Now that you have come this far, something inside you has already been touched, has already been activated, and maybe you still can't rationally explain what it was, but your soul knows. The vibration that ran through your body at certain points, the goosebumps that arrived for no reason, the desire to take a deep breath and say, that's it, that's exactly what I've always felt, but never knew how to put into words. This is a sign that spiritual recognition has occurred, when content not only informs but transforms. It stops being just a video and becomes a ritual, a meeting between similar frequencies. And that's exactly what's happening here. This is not just a channel. This space is a portal, a point of convergence for awakened souls, for Scorpios who do not live only by the signs, but by the hidden messages that each energy carries. Here, each word has intention. Each narrative carries a coding. Each spoken symbol is a key to your own memory. And if you're feeling this, it's because you're already part of it. It's already in. It's already aligned. Scorpio doesn't listen out of curiosity. He listens out of the need to remember. And this spiritual memory is what gives you back your most authentic strength. The strength to be who you are, with all that implies. Do you realize how your presence here was no accident? So many distractions, so many videos in the middle of the way, so many possibilities. But something brought you exactly to this point, in this speech, in this moment. And if you did, it's because the time has come. The time to let go of the weight of the character, the time to silence the external voices, the time to honor your energy, the time to accept that you are not like others, and that this is not a defect, it is a gift. Your path is profound because your mission is real. Your dive is necessary because your light does not shine outwards. It illuminates from within, and that's why it doesn't make sense to watch this content as if it were any other. This isn't entertainment. This right here is activation. It's a rite of passage, and like every rite, it requires a seal, a word spoken with intention, a choice made with conscience. So now, with a calm heart and an awakened soul, write in the comments, I accept my essence, or I carry this energy. This sentence written here is not just a comment. It is a silent vow, a vibrational affirmation, a declaration to the universe that you are ready to remember, live, and fulfill what you came to do. And for those who feel that the journey has just begun, and it has indeed just begun, know that there is more to come. Scorpio opens the portal, but anyone who walks beyond it needs to continue exploring. Because the Zodiac, when looked at with spiritual eyes, is not just an astrological circle. It's a vibrational ladder, and the next step will be revealed soon. In the next video, we will delve into the spiritual mystery of Sagittarius, the sign that carries the arrow of time and the map of the constellations of the soul, the cosmic traveler. the tireless seeker of lost truth, the one who transforms wisdom into fire and expanding fire. So activate the bell, keep your energy connected, and be ready for the next call. This channel is an expanding energetic field. The more you participate, the more you strengthen the field. The more you comment, the more you anchor yourself in your own journey. And the more you share your truth, the more you heal yourself and others. Every sentence you type here is not just engagement, it's part of your return ritual. It is a vibrational offering, and this type of energy, once put into the world, comes back to you multiplied. Then write, with intention and presence, I accept my essence. I carry this energy. Or, my mission can no longer be postponed. Choose one. Choose them all. But write truthfully, because here, now, you are no longer just watching. You are participating in something bigger, and the universe, at this very moment, is witnessing your choice. If you've made it this far, to the end of this deep dive into the Scorpio soul, it's because something in you resonated in a very real way. And that says it all. Your presence here was not by chance. It was a spiritual recognition, a reunion with your own essence. So now is the time to seal that connection. Subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and ensure that you won't miss any of the next videos, because the path we started to walk together here, there are still many revelations ahead. And I want to know, who stayed until the end? Now comment below. I went all the way because this message was mine. This phrase is your seal of presence, a ritual confirmation that you heard, felt, and chose to remain. And if this content touched your soul in any way, leave a like now. It's a small gesture that carries a powerful vibration. It shows the algorithm that this isn't just another video, it's an experience of spiritual awakening. And before leaving, look on the left side of your screen. The next video is already waiting for you. He is the continuation of this journey, a new portal opening. Click there now, and follow me in this series, because the next sign we are going to reveal has a cosmic role that will surprise even those who already consider themselves awake. See you there.